Hey guys, what's up? We are going to make a Moon Animator tutorial today. So first we will want to insert a character by going to the character inserter, opening it up, and we'll use an R6 for today. Now let's drag it down, and now since we got it, let's open Moon Animator. Now we got Moon Animator. There's one thing, if you're selecting your rig, it'll say new rig animation. If you're not, it'll say new Moon 2 file. With a rig, that means you would have to click on the rig, open Moon Animator, and it'll show the animation. But if you just say new Moon 2, it'll say rig animations and you could play it from here rather than having to select him. I'm going to do rig animation. Now that we got it, we gotta learn how to move him around. So when you first click, you just are able to rotate. But what we want to do is move him. So you'll select the part you want and you'll say R. So now we can move him around. So yeah. Now since we are able to move him, let's create a simple animation. So we can rotate him this way, say R, move him that way, rotate him this way, and that'll be a starting pose. Let's go to frame 30, rotate him this way, and move him that way. Now to play the animation, you gotta say space, and you can play it. But as you can see, we could just move around. So what we want to do is to be able to have our camera be controlled from Moon Animator. So we will first go to camera, add yes, and now we got the camera. Let's position it correctly. So you'll go where you want it, and C frame is where the camera is. Field of view is how far zoomed in. I'm just going to talk about C frame today, so yeah. And to get a frame, you'll double click or say plus. Now that we got that, let's move the camera around. And boom, let's play our animation. That's a quite good animation, but let's add some more movement. So first you will want to hit R, and let's make his arms swing around randomly. You can also just move them around by going like this. Now if we go over to here, let's move some things around. Let's put this leg in the air, in his face. Let's move this arm over here, this one over here, with the leg going like this. Now we got a weird little animation. Let's play it. And yeah, that's how you make a little part. So yeah. Now we will want to, we're just going to get rid of the frames, okay? So now what we want to do is be able to add another character to make a fight. So let's go back to character inserter, presets, and let's get a R6 again. Now you can't add a character with the same name, so you'll have to name them something else, and I'm just going to name him Jimmy. Yep, Jimmy. That's a good name. So now that we have him, we could go back to Moon Animator and click the plus sign. Now that we have that, we could go over and click on Jimmy and say rig. So now we have two characters and we can move them both. So to add a frame for these guys, I forgot to say this, sorry. You just have to move an arm, and to delete one, you say backspace or delete. Now, yeah. So you add another character. So now we're going to learn about frames. Let's just make this guy rotate. Then we'll go to here. Make him rotate again. Make him rotate again. Okay, so now that we got that, we can just double click on a frame and you'll see this. Or you might say value. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about easing. So if you don't like line art, it looks kind of robotic for some people, you can choose multiple of these. I'm just going to use sign. So now that we have sign, it looks a bit different. But you can't. So now if we do this one and we do sign, this one will actually affect this frame. So between here and here, this frame is affecting in here. This frame is affecting in here. And if we added another frame here and we changed that, that would be affecting this. But one thing, if you want your character to just snap to a position, you say none, and you just have him stand there and he snaps. So yeah, that is how you work on frames. So another thing you could do is be able to, well, add parts. Yeah, so we're going to take a part, we're going to add it by doing that. So there's size, color, apply mesh, and texture. We're just going to talk about C-frame. So C-frame. If you look at this, you also could see C-frame. But with C-frame, the C-frame is the main part. So with a part, the main human root part is the part. So you can just move the root part or the part. For the rigs, if I said C-frame, you only could move the torso because that is the main part. So, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, this is my first tutorial. Yeah. So, that's all I'm going to go over for this video. So, peace out.